the first thing I'm doing while I'm back here is bush hogging some big sage grass that the cows are not going to eat, that we keep losing calves in. By losing, I mean we don't know where they are, and the moms have even lost them a couple times. They could eventually find them when the calves stand up, but I'm going to knock some of this down because the cows and calves are out of this pen, so it's a good time to knock it down before they come back in here. So that's priority number one. Okay, I got my bush hogging done, and now for the real reason I'm back here. It stinks back here. I'll tell you why in a minute, but I'm back here to take a picture, and I'm gonna do that real quick and head back to the house and tell you why I came back here to take a picture. But the smell is so unbearable, I can't stand here. So I will be back with y'all in a minute after I get this chore done. Let me take you back to last week. If you remember, if you've been watching our channel, we took you back there and tried to give you an update on a mama cow. She's black with a white blaze on her face that would not accept her calf, and her calf would not follow her around. That's her baby. She knew it was. So as you can see, her mothering skills have greatly improved. As soon as we came out here, she started bawling. She got it up and got it to come to her. So all is well on that. Don't you feel good about that situation, Ben?
Yep, I honestly think you saved that calf.
So we showed you in that video how finally, when we went to California right before we left, she had accepted her calf. All was good, it was great. But on that video, when we were taking you back there to show you that that situation was resolved, we noticed the twins. Now, also, if you've been with us for a while, you know we bought this herd of cows back in February, I believe. We had 18 mama cows at that point, beef mama cows. I also have a herd of dairy cows. And we took a big leap and bought 60 more mama cows. So now we have 70-something beef mama cows. We have a huge herd of cows. Well, up till that point, I'd always thought I wanted twins in cows. Well, shortly after we got the cows, we had a set. And one died immediately, and then another one lived about a week, and I tried my best to nurse it back to health, to get it strong, because they're small and they're weak, because there's two of them obviously, and about a week later it died. Well, fast forward to just a little while ago, and we had a set of twins. We've shown y'all them on the video, that when we were having to go back there and look for Blaze's calf, there was the twins. We had 4 little black bulls all at once, and it was hard to tell them apart. You could tell these twins though, because they were so tiny. There they are. The brothers stick real close together. What y'all doing? I just found them a little bit of shade. So these twins have actually done really well. They looked really good. They're super small just because they're twins, and the mama had to grow both of them. And then on top of that, beef cows just don't produce a lot of milk. Just by nature, that's how they're built. They produce beef, not milk. They're not a dairy cow. So to put a beef mama trying to raise 2 babies, it's hard on her. It's hard on her to keep up with them. It's hard on her to have enough milk for both of them. Now, I know y'all probably know people that have been successful with twins. We do as well. I hope one day we will be. But up to this point, twins have been a struggle for us. So, the end of last week comes, and we start missing a calf. And we quickly figured out it was a twin. So, we're just driving around hours and hours thinking, how in the world do you lose a calf? Like, we literally have no idea where it is. And these paddocks are not that big. They do each have a little section of woods that we gave them, we put in there on purpose for shade and shelter from storms and things, but they're not that big. So it quickly became apparent something was wrong. I found both twins at one point, and one was puny. He didn't look well, and so I did everything in my power. I went back there, I medicated, I checked on him, I did everything I knew to do, and it just wasn't enough. after he was the sickest, the very next day, he was gone. We didn't know where he was. We drove and drove and drove and drove and drove and never did find him. And then the other one, I could tell them apart slightly. So the other one started acting puny. So now not only do we have a missing calf, we have the only one that's left is sick of the twins. And that literally just eats away at me. I want to do everything I can to take care of them. I'm all for all natural medicating animals and everything, but if it comes to life and death, I'm giving them medicines. I'm not going to make them suffer just for the sake of being all natural. And so, but I couldn't even find one, and the other one was sickly, but we couldn't catch it. We tried and tried, and these are not tame calves. It's not a tame mom. It was going to be very difficult. We could have struggled and got it up to the corral, but we risked running it to death because it was already not feeling good. So Ben and I sat there literally for hours last Saturday afternoon, out in the hot sun, tired, dirty, and just decided, you know what? We've done everything we can do. We got to put this in the Lord's hands and just see what happens. We have done everything we know to do. And so that's what we did. We came home. I knew in my heart of hearts that the first one that went missing was dead somewhere, but I really just wanted to find it. I really wanted to find it to ensure that it wasn't laying out there alive suffering. And I wanted closure. I needed to know. These cows are literally our life and our livelihood, and I just needed to know. So fast forward to yesterday, Lane and I are out there checking cows, and he starts smelling something. Now, the second twin that did not go missing, that was puny, is still kicking. It's still running, jumping, bucking. It still looks puny to me, but as long as it's still up and going and doing good, we're gonna leave it be, because it does now have all of its mom's milk, so it does stand a chance. We're just hoping that situation will work out. But Lane did wind up finding the calf yesterday, so while it hurts my heart, it really, really does, I'm glad to know it's not laid out in the woods somewhere by itself suffering. It's been just a few feet from where I last medicated it and saw it, so it didn't go very far, and I feel like it probably died that night after I had tried my last ditch effort to medicate it, because it was only a few feet from that, but it was up in a thicket. There's no way we could have seen it, and it's been dead a while because it smells terrible. So I say that to say I don't think it laid out there and suffered. I think it was pretty quick. And why am I sharing this story? Because this is kind of down and depressing. I know y'all probably would rather watch something upbeat, but I thought, you know what, it's really what's going on with us. And some of you out there are struggling. You've lost animals. You've had animals get sick or whatever, and so I thought, you know what, I just wanted to share, because we go through it too. Everyone that homesteads goes through it. Whether you're raising food or whether you're just raising pets, it doesn't matter. Animals get sick, and it's tough, and you just have to get up the next day and just keep going. You have to figure out, what can I do to help this, because animals, they can't let us know what they need. They can show us by behaviors and ways they act, and just things that we can pick up on, but we really have to do the thinking for them and figure out the best way to take care of them. But that does not mean it's easy. I'm just sharing this with y'all simply to say we're all in this together. All of us are trying our best, and if you've been through something trying with your animals lately, just get back up and just keep going, because if you're like us, you have a whole lot of animals and people depending on you, and there's no quitting, even though bad things happen. And that here we've lost another calf, and so that's what I'm back there doing, is taking another picture of another dead calf, and that stinks. It really stinks. You may be thinking, why are you taking pictures of it? But you probably, if you don't know this, You should check with your state and local offices. When we first got into cattle, we looked at buying insurance, but just in my opinion, it didn't look to me like insurance was worth what it was going to cost, and then what it might do if something actually did happen with the cows. But there are things that just programs that will pay you back if like a natural disaster strikes, and say lightning strikes all your cows or something. If you lose over 10% for something like a flood or whatever, they will help you out, but you have to have documentation. So we were advised, take a picture of every animal that dies and take it on a camera that you can date and time stamp. And then that's an official document you can use to get helped out if something goes wrong. Now, we haven't lost enough to get any help, but if we do, we have all of these up to this point documented. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I don't want this to get too awful long. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I just shared this with y'all to tell you what's going on. I'm not down in the dumps about it. I hate it. I love these animals and I want to do my best taking care of them. But I cannot let every single thing that happens just wreck me and put me in the bed, because what good would I be to all those that are left that need me? So I just encourage you, get up, get out there, do what you can, and you've got to be satisfied and give yourself some grace that you did do all you can, and you got to leave it at that. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. God bless.